Let's start this video. So what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about how to install Windows 11 on Mac. Now, there are zillions of these videos, but this one is very specific on one thing. We want to try to install VMware on, so the virtual machine directly on an external disk, because the problem was that I found myself completely with the disk completely full, so with no storage at all. So then something that I wanted to do, it just was not possible. So I guess you may have similar problem. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to install it. I'm gonna show you why I'm doing this, because I Googled it quite a bit and I discovered that it's not so trivial. So others have had that problem. So what I'm gonna show you is how to install it directly on the local machine. And then we can copy, we can clone it. And the real important part is that you have to make sure that you have the disk formatted with the right file system. So let me show you what I mean with that. Okay, so what's the story here? The story is that you need to use an external hard drive, but not all the file systems are compatible with VMware. So you can use with the Mac. For example, here I have an ExFAT file system installed, and it's taking 1 terabyte of this Samsung disk. Is an SSD that I've connected with the Thunderbolt. That's another important thing. So you have to be careful of the speed. So you have to select the right SSD, but also the right enclosure and the right cables. And be careful, because when I mean the right cable is the cable that supports that speed. You may find that different cables may support some power, even like 60 watts, whatever, for fast charging, but they may not support high transfer speed. So I experienced myself. I actually wrote a blog on it, so I will compare. So long story short, you need to have an APFS formatted part of the disk. As you can see, this one is formatted APFS. If you are curious, this is basically an Apple file system and is absolutely required to use this. If we try, and I tried many times before deciding to make this video, I tried with the ExFAT, it never complete the job. So let me show you then how to do this. So importantly, you have to go here and File, New. Now, we are installing Windows 11, so what are we going to do? We're going to just use the new procedure. This is Fusion, I think, about Fusion. Okay, so it's the 13.5. Since the 13.5 is much easier to install, so you don't need an ISO image. You can just download it straight away from Microsoft. And by the way, once you have it, you can actually reinstall it because it's downloaded on your Mac directly. So let's do it. You can go faster if you have already seen this one, so don't bother really. Here we do English, then we download it. And yeah, it's gonna take a second, so I'm gonna resume the recording once it's done. All right, download is complete. Let me show you that it actually has been downloaded locally on the machine. So let me just show you the file, because once you have it, as we have seen the settings, you can actually reinstall from there. So if you see here, it's going to basically create a virtual machine folder. And here, I'm not sure why there are two. I think one should have just been like deleted. I'm not sure why it downloads both files. It should have been just one, and this one going to be deleted because it's just a temporary fault. So this one is the ISO image. Now we can continue with that. Just continue, put here the password you want. All right, so now we go with the customized settings. Now it's going to ask you where to save the virtual machine. Here is where we can directly install it into a different section. So we can install in the disk, as I was saying. So it's actually what this video is all about. But I also want to try to show you how to copy and to clone on the same virtual machine. So let's launch it first here. So let's call it Windows 11. We call it test. It's actually pretty straightforward installation. So you can just go ahead and make the changes. Sorry, I had to stop the recording because I had some problems with the Mac. I don't know what happened, but it's not able to delete and sometimes just blocked. Okay, so let's change the name. Let's save locally first. Now it's gonna start. Now we also have the settings here is where you can change basically the name and obviously the settings if you want to make it more performing. Now, I don't care about any of this. So I just want to show you that how easy the installation process actually is. Yeah, so you have to click, you have to press enter. Pretty standard Windows installation, I have to say. Right, you shouldn't encounter any difficulties. So this one just under the installation, as you can see, VMware actually replicate here in this window. But okay, installation. It's gonna ask you to either create or to log in with an existing account, a Microsoft account. You can skip this one for now. If you have a key, much better. Um, this is just for education purposes, I'll say. All right, so next, to customize, this is the disk that has created. Okay, it's gonna be actually pretty quick in the installation. So once it's done, I'm gonna restart the recording. Okay, it took about a minute, but it doesn't take really long. A few things. So there was an old way how to install Windows 11 because it was problematic to find the ISO image to actually start the VM. So you have to download the one for the Microsoft VM, then make a conversion with Homebrew, etc. You can find some links online. I posted a blog on that. However, it's not required any longer. You just upgrade to the new Fusion. So I mean, there is no point to show you that. I can show you though that if you create now a new virtual machine and you select install from a disk on image, you can actually use the ISO image that was given to you before. Okay, so you can select this one. As you can see, it's the one for ARM, is the English, Great Britain. So this one will install as the one that we did before in exactly the same way. All right, so you actually have the ISO image. So that trick that was required before is not necessary, not required any longer. All right, so let's see how long this thing is gonna take. Okay, so it restarted, as you can see, is installing, is starting the process of configuring everything. I just want to show you that here you also have installed VMware tools that you can do after the installation when this is completed. So you get yes, fine, skip. All right. I can show you how snappy actually the machine is. Um, okay. It's actually really quick. I don't think it takes less if you install directly on an Intel machine, but please go fast on this part of the video. Okay, let's continue. Let's keep for now. Let's keep it simple. Taking a little bit longer than I expected. No, anyway, it's pretty quick. Okay. Now we have to sign in. There's no to worry about it. It's gonna be, you need to, I think, download the app as well because it's gonna send you a code. So let's see. Right. Once you send your email, then it's gonna send you a notification. You have to put the number and approve. Once you do that, it's gonna keep loading. Then we're gonna see what other option we have to select. Unfortunately, there is no way to skip it. I don't know if it's normal and if it's the same. I don't recall on Windows 11 directly install alternatively, but this version is what it is. I have another PC. I think, can I skip this? I have to restore from here. Can I skip it? So actually, if you scroll the options, you can actually set up from as a new PC. Okay, create a theme. I think we have two. I can't skip any of these, fortunately. I think have to be 6 or 8. Well, I think we're almost there. Okay. Okay. Nope. I mean, it's still an installation from new, so it's still gonna take a while. Okay. Shouldn't take much longer. How many times he has to check for updates, really? My voice was gone. Maybe I should edit the voice for this video. Yeah, I think. Okay, a few more minutes. Let's see. And here we go. This is Windows. Up and running. Where are we? Okay. Cool. It all worked. So can I show you? Actually, look how snappy it is. Yeah, it's actually extremely quick. It's probably actually faster here than on an Intel machine. Anyway, so we come to the conclusion of this part. Now we're gonna shut this one down and we're gonna do a few operations. As we said, the important part was to understand how to run the machine from an external disk. So this one is the APFS, and this one is the other disk, the ExFAT. So fundamentally, what we're trying to do here is to copy the VM that we have just created. So let me pick it up. 1 second. So we are here, and we have just created the test one. So this 15 gig, as you can see. Now I have created a folder on the disk that is formatted APFS. There is this one, data master, so that I can copy the VM here and show you how long it's going to take. So sorry, how quick it is then to actually run it. Now, as you can see, this is taking just a second because I connected with an high speed SSD, and yeah, it's just very quick. All right, so we already have it. So what we're gonna do now is just to launch it. It's gonna ask me the password because I have encrypted it. I copy it, and well, I should have created a file before moving it. Actually, let's try again. It's gonna take a second. Actually, it's as I said, extremely quick. It's almost native. There you go. This one is the thing we created before. All right. Actually, let's do something. If I shut this one down to show you that if I go on this one, there's the tester running locally. This one is the this one is the one that was the other tester. So this one is the one running. This is the local one. This one is the remote one. So what we can do here is to log in. Right, let's create a file. Can you do a new just text? I'm not sure what's the problem here. Okay, so what happened was discover a new thing every single time you start doing these videos. It's always the same story. So what I tried to do is to install the VMware tools, because the issue that I got was the following. I wanted to create a file in order for us to copy the VMs and show you that the file is actually there. But what happened was when I was trying to open it, I started getting this error. So what I did was I installed the VMware tools because I thought that was the problem. So I restarted, I did it again, but it didn't work out. So I started being suspicious. So I actually Googled it. Apparently, it's not supported. And so inside there, build, that is basically the Windows 11 program from which that ISO actually is coming from. I saw somebody who had the same problem. I just Google it, and yeah. So if you're encountering that problem, you know what it is now. But I just did something different. I just created, I think, a snippet of the screen, and then I saved the file on the desktop, and so now we can try. So what we're gonna do is we shut it down this one, okay, and now we go into the disk where we tested the machine before. Just change the name to this one we called old. All right, now we have to take the previous one. Sorry, not the previous one. What I mean was the one where we just modified. There is this one, right? And we put in this folder. Now it's the external disk. Let's see how long it's gonna take. It's a 16 gig in less than a minute. Just taking or 20 seconds. Okay, so let's just shut this one down. Once it's done, we're gonna test. We're gonna open and we're gonna try to see. As you can see, there is actually really different in size. May reflect some changes. So let's password on this. Like open. Okay. Right. Let's see if it actually works. As you can see, we have the file. This one is the one running from the external disk. So we basically done. So let's shut this one down. Okay, and now we do. I'm going to show you how to copy directly. Sorry, how to clone. So we shut this one down. We delete these two files, and now we don't need it any longer. It's just taking space on the disk to bin. These are bundle files, so when you're gonna try to delete, it's gonna take a while. So no, actually, we don't need to relaunch this one. We just need the main page. So we go here and we do create full clone. Now you go on the disk, you select SVM, and you save. I don't know actually how long it's going to take. Actually, it's fairly quick. What we do, kind of a copy. So let's see. I haven't tried if you can actually do. I don't think you can do the clone once when the VM is actually running. Okay, still going. All right, you see, just creating the clone here. That is open Mac. Okay, then we're gonna try to launch it, and finally, I'm gonna show you whatever we are gonna get when we install the files directly on the other type. Okay, other type of disk. Okay, so let's launch this one again. It's encrypted. If I'm putting the wrong password. Well, I was putting the wrong password. Okay. Oh, apologies. What happened is I cloned the Windows 11 personal, not the other one. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that it actually works, and it does. So that's we can close it here. Okay, last but not least, actually least, yeah. So let's take the one of the actually I've never tried with the Ubuntu. So we want to try to copy on the XD disk. We can copy this one is actually only 15 gig. So let's, yes, because this one actually has Office installed. So let's see, putting on this disk that, as I said before, is the one that is formatted with the different file system. So with the ExFAT. Let's see what happened. So once we copy this, so let's see, it should be actually very quick as well. I think that when we're gonna the errors will happen when we're trying to open the file from VMware. Okay, the file's been copied. So let's close all these machines. We don't really need them even here. Let me just. Okay, so let's go back here. Right, as we said, this one is the disk in ExFAT. Let's see what happens. Okay, restoring. Well, oh, the last few times it was giving me error, and now I'll show you. Surprise, surprise. It's working. Okay, let's make sure that this is the right machine. I'm not taking, I'm not launching the wrong one. So if I do settings, see where the disk is. No, I can't from here. Okay, you know what? Let's try it again. This one was a surprise for me because I've touched so many times. So it's actually running from the data, not from the other disk. We delete that. And it's none of this. Okay, so actually if you copy it, right, let's go again. All this is originated from here. There is me trying to understand why I couldn't run from FAT32. It's actually shouldn't be supported either. And also shouldn't, sorry, this one is for the FAT32. For this one, I shouldn't really be useful, or maybe should be really working, but it does. So we discovered something different. Probably was the I was probably using the wrong cable, and so it was so slow that the machine was giving problem. Now it's so fast that doesn't have any longer. All right, okay. Well, we discovered something new together today. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even if it was not what I thought it was going to be. Bye bye.